Good evening, reefers. How is everyone doing? We have Darren Mcginty. We're very privileged. Doesn't normally sit this side of the camera, and he even bought some special equipment for us to make tonight happen. So thank you very much, Darren. How you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Dare we ask, Matt?
No, all good. Few things to talk about. Nothing too shabby.
Okay, that's
Happy
good news.
days.
The way you referred to the list, I thought you'd had a horrendous week. So.
No, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay.
Just a few things that bug me.
Okay, excellent. Well, let's see who we have with us. We've got 26 with us so far. Good evening, John Wright. I hope your head didn't hurt too much on, was it Monday morning or was it Sunday morning? I can't remember now.
Monday morning. On the old vodka morning.
Yeah, he was carbon dosing on Sunday night on the tank tour, which was interesting. Good evening, Lee. Hope you are well. Good evening, Anthony. Nice to see you.
UK in 120.
Bristol Reefer. Lee, am I right? Is it Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, Lee.
Good evening, Lee. We have Gazar's Reef. Good evening, Gaz.
Gaz. If you look, Gaz, you can see a bit of flow. Look. I'm joking, Gaz. Love you, mate.
Good evening, Reefy Reese. Hope you're well.
Chris.
Evening,
Chris is here. Did you say Chris?
No.
Matt.
No, I said evening, Reese.
Oh, I thought
you
really
said
weird.
Chris.
Yeah, that's really weird. His name's Reefy Reese, but his real name's Chris.
we could do because we just name people different things, don't we?
Yeah. Central Pike Collector. Good evening, John.
John's got some lovely fish.
It's not really John, it's Terry, but I said his name was John, didn't I? In the other stream.
John Jr.
Evening, Terry.
Yeah, evening. Good evening, Tim. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Tim.
And good evening, Man Mountain. How you doing, Dan?
Hi, Dan.
Green Giant.
Terry Techers, good evening.
Hi, Techers.
Evening, Terry.
Ronald. Good evening, Ron.
Evening, Cameron.
Good evening, Liam. I think.
Hey.
Yeah, that's
Liam's other account.
Yeah.
Skills.
That's Liam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the wrong account. Yeah. Who else? Good evening, John. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Liam, with the right account this time.
All right, Leo.
Any more? Hayley, good evening, Hayley. It's great to see you on the tank tour on Sunday.
Yeah. Evening, Hayley.
Any more in here? Of course, we have Neil. Good evening. And is that
Neil
it?
needs to do a tank tour and all, doesn't he? Car.
Yeah.
I reckon that the view as well.
His tank, to be fair, it's got some lovely euphilia.
Yeah.
He loves
for his location as well.
Yeah, he loves a.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if his reef tank is actually on the rig.
He just works
it might be at home. Yeah, I wonder if. Let me have a flick through, see if I've still got. I might have deleted the video. I had a video that I lifted off of his. I think it was Instagram. I have to see if I can find it.
He's got some mega corals. He's only a beginner as well.
Well, you see a bit of the tank. You don't see a lot of it because the main focus was he was looking at the sump, and he opens the sump, takes the skimmer cup off, and drinks it. So yeah, if we run out of time, I'll see if I can find the video.
Here's another one I'm hassling for a tank tour.
Yes.
But that would be like me chugging this, Steve.
What is that?
What is that? Is that your
exactly what you just said?
That's skimmer juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to, feel free.
Yeah, I looked before I jumped on. I was like, oh, better drain that out in case it overflows. Now my luck.
Anyone else? Good evening, Rob. Saw
Evening,
your
Roberto.
video today on lanthanum
Homemade.
mixing, homemade. Yeah, looked like it went well. So, be good to see how that works.
Yeah, I think Matt's on the lamp phenomenal, wasn't he?
I dose a little bit, but for control, I don't dose it constantly. I'm not brave like Lee that doses 50 ml of it on a daily. I do a little bit. You do a little
45
bit. 45
mil for Lee and 5 mil for the tank, right?
Yeah. You do a bit as well, didn't you, Steve?
Yeah. I think I'm on 1 mil a day at the moment.
Automatic on a doser.
Yeah.
I'm not that brave.
Yeah, so I do 2 hits, one at 10 and one at 7 or 8, I think, just so it's after it's had the food in the tank. And yeah, then dose to kind of get it all sucked up by the reef mat, hopefully.
Do you guys dose it into your reef mat?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, something I probably would look at because I was just doing large water changes, but my nitrates have obviously gone pretty low now, so I've not done a water change for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's amazing for phosphate. It's amazing the impact it has.
Yeah, I think I also
really
used the Limon P, is it? In the old 3 foot.
Phos Rapid, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Typical Tropic Marine abbreviations for things.
Yeah.
It's German, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has to be logical.
Yeah.
And concise.
Phosphate remover.
Good evening, Critical. How you doing?
Evening.
Is his name Paul? No. What's his name?
I'm sure I've known it at one point, but I can't remember it. Sorry.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, we'll try and remember it for next time. Who else do we have in? Kyle. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, good afternoon for you. Who else have we got? Reef 216. Good evening.
Good evening.
And Tom. Good evening, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Just having a little chat with Tom yesterday, I think, on how to do polls. So you might be seeing a few polls popping up now in the Reefers Network stream.
Ooh.
Has he tested them though?
No, not yet, I don't think. I never know.
Yeah.
Maybe he has.
Was someone doing them and they were crashing?
Yeah. So I think, I don't know how he was trying to do them, but every time he tried it just killed the stream. So, good evening, Paul.
Evening, Paul.
Good evening, Banana Rama.
Rama.
And do we have any more?
We've got a real name.
Oh, hang a minute. I did notice this. Sorry to hear that, Gaza. Lost a clownfish today.
Oh, sorry to hear, Gaz.
You got a name, have you?
Yep. It's James.
Go on in. James. You said James, didn't you?
No, it's Paul.
Paul, okay.
I feel like I knew it was James because we've been told before, but
Yeah.
did you say you've been to Yarrick?
Trying to put that in. Not yet. I haven't got to that yet.
Oh, right. Keep going.
Good evening, Chris.
Evening, Horrens.
Evening, Jay. Good to see you.
All right, Jay.
Dave's Reef. Good evening.
Evening, Dave.
And where else? Have we got any more? Dave?
Baby Dave.
Good evening, Eric.
Mark.
Any more in here, or is that everybody now?
How's your Zoas, Jarek?
Did you give him some?
No, I think he had an issue a couple of months ago. So.
Those are weird things, aren't they?
Yeah. I just found that they took over my tank when I put them in.
Might have gone the other way.
My Chaos kept doing that. You probably can't. I don't think you see
Yeah,
it. Bright orange
chaos
there.
went mental in my tank.
I think I gave her about 400 away at the Love to Reefing.
Yeah,
Gave Laura about 40 of them.
And did you jump right?
No, but I did give him a couple of nice corals, which obviously didn't end up going home with him.
bit like
Anyway.
mine.
Yeah, well, yeah, yours went a bit walkies and all, didn't they?
Yeah.
I can't believe you know what. Yeah, anyway, let's not go there.
So, yeah, it turns out John did wake up with a bit of a headache.
Why am I not surprised?
Dave's been overindulging and can only type with one hand now.
Yeah, he's broke his or fractured his hand.
How did he do that?
Well, logically,
Playing with electric cars, I believe.
Yeah.
I've been, I've not really been keeping up with everything in the last week. So
I'm going down too much wanking. But...
Yeah, I was going to say that's the first I've heard of it, but I won't repeat it. But well done, Matt.
So, what have you been up to this week, Darren?
What have I been up to? Just work, really. That's about it. Really.
No fishy stuff.
No, not really. I put me black leopard wrasse in that I got the other week through quarantining. So I tank transferred those. Just followed Rob's method. Last probably 4 fish I've added, I followed that, and all's been well. The only one I had the fatality with was with that little copper band that didn't make the tank transfer for some reason.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was a little one. It was like this big, but yeah, so I thought I'd take a gamble on it.
So what is the method?
So you change, you put your fish in like a clean, sterile environment, and then every 72 hours you would swap them over to another sterile environment. Obviously, keep an eye on your ammonia, salinity, stuff like that. And then I think in between, like week 2, he would H2O dip them, which is like hydrogen peroxide. So if you go on like Humble Fish Guy, he'll have the ratio, which I think is 5 mil to 1 litres of water for like half an hour. Keep an eye on your fish. If they look distressed, then cancel it. Get them out, get them in fresh water. And touch wood, I've done that and I've not had an issue.
Yeah.
Are you not all eating well? Because obviously leopards can be a bit picky.
Yeah. Next day, I literally dumped in 3 cubes of mysis and they were going at it and they've been around pecking. 2 are out later than 1. 1 goes to bed with a twisty wrasse for some reason early. So first night I was looking around thinking, oh, there's 2 there. Where's the other one gone? And you think, oh, is it jumped out? There's a little gap there. But next morning when I was at work, phoned Shelley and was like, is that other fish out? Yeah, it's out. I was like, okay, cool.
Why'd you buy 3?
Just because there was 3 there, and I thought I'd rather QT 3 fish rather than 1, because obviously hassle running a heater, I use a sponge filter rather than hang on a back filter, because I use like plasterers buckets from B&Q.
Yeah,
I think they're like sort of 40 litres or something, so I'll half fill them up. Fresh water, 2 heaters, 1 air pump, and then I have 4 sponge filters that I just change around. So
go on, carry on.
So I just throw the sponges back once I've cleaned them and they're bare dried. I just throw them back in my sump. So next time I get fish, they're almost like got the bacteria on it, ready to cycle. Yeah.
Are they all black leopards?
Yeah, so they're all black and they've got like little white dots on them, and then I think one's got more of a white stripe across his back or her back.
Okay.
So yeah. I think when I looked on Google, they get more blues and whites in as they get older or transition into a male.
Nice.
So there's probably a couple more fish I want to get. Yeah, because I think one of my ornate wrasse is changing into a male, because he's got like a really bright red dot or almost like line like that on his top fin, and he chases the other one, but his body's gone completely light with black outlines. Whereas she's just typical ornate, quite dark, deep red, and all these blue bits are like really bright blue.
Yeah. So would you say you're a wrasse man?
I've always liked the idea of wrasse. Like I think my favourite fish is the twisty wrasse since I've got that. That's a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
It's still small, but it's doubled in size since I've got it.
Is that the same twisty that's in like AAC's tank? They got a pair of them.
Yeah,
yellow bluey ones.
Yeah, so I think Paul's one's about that big. I
Lovely
think my
fish.
one's like about that big.
Lovely fish.
Yeah, the details on them, when the little blue dots with the yellow belly, like, it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm debating.
So I think
I'm debating one.
Yeah. If you can get one, like being a Nemesis, they're a bit more finicky than a leopard. But touch wood, mine went through tank transfer, 8 fine. I threw a couple of bags of copy pods in there because I notice it will pick more than actually eat food I put in there. I can put food in there. Every now and again, I've seen it take like 1 or 2 pellets, but when I dump a load of mysis, it really touches it.
I've tried a black towel. I've tried a yellow towel. I'm thinking, do I change it up and try something else? But Chris, like Steve's got a yellow towel and he's singing all dancing, isn't he?
Yeah, I spotted that
just
again today.
No issues with it going in at all. I think you were just unlucky multiple times.
Potentially.
Or I was very lucky, one of the two.
Yeah.
They're in the Nemesis as well, though, aren't they? So
yeah,
they've got the smaller mouth, so I think they're probably labelled as like the harder wrasse to keep. Rob will know.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, an abscess.
Yeah, because when me and Rob were last at AAC, they had one in there, but they've got really small ones, and ideally I want a bigger one to try, and a China wrasse as well I'm after.
Nice fish.
Yeah, but they didn't have any of those in either, so.
Not tempted to order them in?
Well, I've asked Barry whenever I've been in there, or is it Cyrus? I said, like, have you got any in? If you get one, like, let me know. But yeah, I've not heard anything from anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you go, if you said to them, I want this, can you get me one in? They'll get one in.
That's what they did with my solitaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I message Paul, he's usually sound like when my Versa unit decided to melt, I messaged him straight away and said, right, can you get me one in? And he's like, what is that? I said, the Versa pumps connect to it. It's like a base station. And he said, let me pass you on to Connor. And Connor was like, yeah, being Friday. And then he messaged me Wednesday saying, it's in. And I said, I can't get it till Friday. But yeah, I got there. And yeah, it was in sound away straight away. Red Sea extension cable straight away.
Excellent.
Yeah, pretty good like that.
Oh, they're teasing you already, look. Dave saying, is that seam leaking live?
It's a bit ironic, really, because ain't Dave the one who had a leaky skill?
Yeah, and we've got 2 not leaking Red Sea tanks here.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to bed, Dave.
Is that a tank bred yellow or is that a wild yellow?
Mine's a wild.
Is it?
Get rid of that. Yeah, I picked it up not long ago, actually. I think I put a picture in the group chat when I got it.
Yeah.
Because it came up on band. I felt quite bad for the guy, actually, because he was going for a separation. So he's closing his tank down. And I think he said he's had it for 5 years. And he got it from the shop. And I think he said he paid £40 for it.
Wow.
Jeez.
So yeah, so.
Is that a white coal coal?
White coal coal? White towel coal?
White towel coal.
You in on the sauce?
Yeah. Wish I was.
Yeah, white towel coal tang, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I wanted one of those for ages. And then, the shop that I occasionally use come up with one. I think I took him in a load of corals and he gave me a load of credit. And I just said, yeah, this is what I want. And it was half the price that I could have got it for elsewhere. So I was like, right, take it. Same with the black wrasse, going back to those, Matt. I looked at one in a shop and it was $65.99. And then I picked all 3 of those up for 60 quid.
Where are you going?
Got a little plug.
What shop was he going to? Jesus Christ.
They fall off the back of a lorry.
Yeah, sort of. I think so. Yeah, just literally delivered fresh in as well. So
it's like bloody TMC prices, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think it's wholesale rather than retail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a couple, same as like the whitetail coal. I think I paid, well, it's credit as well, so it was £200 instead of $350. What they go for.
Yeah.
How's your two, Steve, in the Haven? Your two tangs?
Yeah, I've got a purple. My purple is good as gold. Like, there it's there. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mine, the Mimic and the purple swim around together as well. It's not like they just tolerate each other. They'll graze together. They'll go from one spot to the next with each other. Not all the time, but at points you'll see them swimming around together.
Yeah, I use it. Yeah, I think you notice though, if one find a feeding spot, like now the yellow thinks it's the boss, comes over and like almost like get out of the way. I want to feel like that.
Yeah.
Mine's got bipolar, I think, because 1 minute it's peaceful, the next minute it's like, don't like things. I'm like, oh, yeah, now.
Yeah, people say purples are like that, but touch wood, mine's been fine.
Where's the wood up there?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What's wood up there?
Huh? Where?
Oh,
You reached up. You said touch wood and reached up.
No, I'll put some food in.
Oh,
Put some pellets in.
At least we thought the same thing.
yeah. I thought you got touch wood and then you reached up and touched something where the lights were. And I was like, what's he touching up there?
I was debating to build a canopy because, yeah, as you see, you get a bit of glare with situations like this.
Yeah.
I'm gutted the thing didn't work, Steve, the lens. Let's try that with a bit.
Yeah, that's
But even that glares.
It's got that reflection from something, hasn't it?
Yeah, even that glare. Even the glasses are glaring. Look, that's the glasses.
It's coming from the screen.
Yeah,
it's a reflection from the screen on the
bouncing back.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I tried. It's getting bluer and bluer, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be fine. I've got those pictures you sent me, so we can kind of flick through them as well.
Yeah, but I adjusted the lights as well so they would stay on before the stream rather than go off.
Yeah, I have mine set to go off at 10:30, and that way then, even if the stream runs over a little bit, the lights are still just about on.
Yeah, I think mine usually go off about 9:15, but that's like moon. So I think like 9 o'clock it goes into like just moonlight.
Yeah.
So yeah, by 9:15 it's just black usually.
Yeah. I mean, mine don't turn on until 10:30.
Oh, okay. Oh, mine comes on at 6:30.
Yeah. Okay.
That's early, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of light.
I want to have a look. Yeah, and it's full ramp up as well. Like no, like I set it up for the bolus, but never used it.
Right.
Yeah.
What lights are they?
One right mug.
Yeah. I have a AI64 and 2 XR15s.
Oh, you have a bit of a...
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the 64 on the 3-foot, and I've had it from new and touchwood. I've never had an issue with it, and I think it's a good light. Until Don done his review and said, yeah, the technology's the same as the 26s. It's pants. But yeah, touchwood, I've not had any burnt out lenses or anything like that.
Same. I had no issues.
Yeah, I got more issue with the XR15s I got off Drippy, but we won't go there.
You hadn't wired them up wrong, had he?
Yeah, exactly. I think he stuck them in the bath or something.
Good evening, Digital Corals. Hey, Tony. You all right?
Hey, Tony.
Matt, what have you been up to this week?
Well, where do I start? So I got my results back from... I sent one of the Love to Free ATI ICPs off, and I came back fairly all right, actually. I don't like that they don't test certain things on a standard test, but whatever, it's what it is. It's free. High strontium, which is weird. High zinc, which is weird. And I've still got some aluminium in the tank. They say it's okay. Reefs Elements about a month ago said it was high, so different people, different tests, whatever. So I need to try and find a way of getting it out, and then I need to do another ICP to see if I've actually fixed the problem. It's not horrendously high, but there's a little bit in there.
Have you tried a bit of like polyfilter in it, Matt? Like just whack a bit in the sump or the weir?
No, someone said to try that, but then someone else also said that doesn't get it out.
Yeah, have a look at some. Just look online, see where you can buy it from, and it will tell you what it pulls out.
Right.
Yeah, I think on the polyfilter it says it pulls out certain metals or it changes colour. Apparently, I've never noticed a difference, but I always throw a little square of it in mine, and then probably take it out every month or two.
Yeah, maybe I'll give that a go then, because like I say, it's not horrendously high, but I don't like it sitting there.
Or next time you're in AAC, if you speak to Paul, I think he recommended another one. I forgot what the brand is, and apparently that one is meant to be the bee's knees with metals.
Right, okay.
But I can't remember what the name of it was. It was about a year ago, I think he said it.
I'm trying to avoid AAC because my wallet can't take anymore. It's had a few expensive months, but Finest is the next one. I'm trying to dose myself to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, I said, my plan was to go up there to get a gem tank, but I was like, I don't know if I want to disrupt it now, so might just save some dough for some RAS.
You're tempting fate, I suppose, if you put 3 Zebrazomas in there. Is one going to get the ump?
Yeah, well, I had to take my Acanthurus out and put him in my garage rock bin as such, because he like hammered the hell out of the yellow as soon as I put it in there. He weren't giving up for anything. I tried the egg crate, tried the mirror, and he was like, "Nah, this is my tank."
Weird, isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, and he's such a nice fish. He's big, he's fat. I mean, I probably need a bigger tank really to keep it.
Upgrading soon then.
Well, I was speaking to Rob about a pond, so he was possibly egging me on to give it a go because no one else has.
Fair play to you. Love it.
Yeah, so
that'd be interesting.
6x4 if I can, because I'm not allowed a bigger one indoors apparently.
Fucking expensive to heat though, isn't it?
Well, it's set up for the dogs anyway, so it's pretty much got everything up there except a pond.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, exactly. Father Christmas.
Yeah. I've got some cyano sitting on a. Hi, Lisa.
Good evening, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
I've got some cyano that, again, can't seem to get rid of. I'm going to try some biotic today. I've got some sitting in the cupboard, so I'm going to try that. Phosphate and nitrates are hunky-dory. They're good. I wonder if it's because I've added Vita Plus to it, and that's maybe upset the balance somewhere. So I'm wondering whether to back that off. I've got an ACAN and a Gonny that, for the Gonny that I bought at Reef Exotics with you, Steve, that seems to just have the ump at the moment. And an ACAN that seems to have the ump. Don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's this high strontium and zinc. It potentially could be. So I want to try and get those down. And then I've been playing with the Sea Wave, the Ocean Sea Wave. I haven't cut my lid yet because I'm not 100% sure where I want it. So it's still on trial where I want it and if I'm going to commit. Or whether
Are you happy with it?
I like it, but my only thing is my tank big enough to warrant it? Or whether
you might need a smaller pump, you think? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I've got a Nero 3 on it, but it's quite a big unit. And my tank's not fully grown out yet. So it's in that corner above the gonnies. And I like the sweep of it, but I'm about to add more rock, so it might get more of a purpose out of it. But at the moment, I'm not sure I need it yet, or the tank needs it. I think it's where it comes into its own is where you've got a grown out tank and you need to oscillate flow everywhere instead of just certain places. So I don't know whether to commit to it, bang it, cut that lid, because obviously when you cut a lid, there's no going back, is there? So
No.
I haven't decided yet. But
they're not cheap lids either.
No, they're not cheap lids. And otherwise, it's an amazing product. It's just, you need to get the best out of it before you commit. Apart from that, no, tests are all good. Hunky-dory. Back wall, as you can see, that was all full of coralline. That's now all gone. I've stripped all that out. Stripped all the pumps out. Done the return pump the other day, which scared the shit out of me because I was like, is that going to turn back on? But it did. But yeah, all good. No, just general maintenance. I'm trying to save up ready for Finest because Finest has always got good stock.
What have you got your eyes on or hoping to?
So I've recently put swallowtails in there. So realistically, I'm probably nearly done on fish. I want a mandarin, and I want a wrasse, an Anaptis wrasse of some sort. I think she wants a yellowtail again because she just loves everything about them. So it'll be a mandarin, a wrasse, and then it's coral.
Show her a twisty because like I say, they're really pretty fish. But again, being an empty,
awkward. They're awkward fish, aren't they? They can be.
I think it's just good. Like even with mine, the mouths are so small on it. Like even when it took a pellet, it was like almost like that pellet was too big for it.
Yeah.
And that was a TDO pellet, which is small, I think.
That's good that it's on pellet, though. That's really good that it's on pellet.
Yeah, it took the odd one or two. I think it might have been a mistake, but it didn't spit it out.
No, take it. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, but it just picks all day long, just picking it, and that's all it seems to be taking. But it's doubled, so there's obviously enough in there for it to eat.
Yeah. Rob clearly thinks I've won the lottery, but
Evening, Jack.
Evening, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
A Femras or an Anardi.
Yeah, I would.
Feminist would be nice.
Feminist would be nice.
I think I prefer a Lenardi myself, but
oh really?
Yeah, they're I think they're really pretty fish, especially as females. But I think Rob showed me a super male once, and they're like amazing as well.
Yeah, that's what Rob needs, a super male.
But yeah, you need a big tank.
Evening, Jason.
Evening, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
And good evening, Emma.
Evening, Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Or good afternoon to the both of you, should I say.
Yeah.
And Peter Parry. Good evening.
Peter Parry.
Evening, Peter.
There you go.
What's going on with you then, Steve? What we done? We ain't killed nothing, hopefully.
Nope.
Good.
I haven't done a water change in a week and a half as well.
Wow.
Why?
Maybe it's been really full on. Yeah. I have sanded a little bit more on that tank. I've done probably half to 2/3 of the other side that I need to clean. I need to get all the scratches out of. What else have I done apart from that? Oh, I've got I did a little video, a little tour of the tank the other weekend, and I got myself a little.
Oh yeah, I saw her in a video.
Machine.
Yeah.
So I need to order.
We were talking about it, weren't we, with Harry, weren't we, about ozone? So you went.
Yeah. So I've got that. I've got to order some ozone-proof tubing for it, and then plumb that in. But as Rob said I think was it Rob or Ron? I think it was Ron now. I can't remember who said it. It's been one of them weeks. They were like, "Are you going to put the ozone on that tank? Because that's really clear already." So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to put it on or not.
Do you know what your ORP on that is already?
I know what Apex says it is.
Oh, okay.
Which is 368 at the moment. It peaks at 417, and the low point was 368.
You could run it at night, couldn't you, for a couple of hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you had them numbers, you probably wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
Whereas I've still not managed to get mine up. Mine still sits at the 160s, 180s.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't know why. Pulls in flow, but...
Do you run ozone?
No, not yet. That's what I was going to, but
right.
Now I'm sort of in the mind, is my ORP probe not working? Or... Because, I mean, it's not filthy.
No.
I've got flow, the skimmer's pulling out, so I don't know what it is. I tried shaking it in case there's any air bubbles.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, so.
There's quite a lot of flow in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and it changes. Like when I go to bed, it kicks on like nuts. I can hear it if I get up for a wee, going because you don't want that when you're watching telly.
No.
Yeah.
She'll moan.
100%.
Fucking tank.
Exactly. Get it out of the house.
Yeah. Dave was asking what skimmer you got, Steve.
Bubble Magus Curve 5.
Is that ozone ready?
Yes.
Happy days, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe that's what Harry uses. He just uses the body. He doesn't actually use it to skim. He only uses it to put the ozone in.
Yeah, I think he made a cup, didn't he? Because I think I remember talking to him when he did his tank tour. I think he designed a cup to fit carbon on or something. I think.
Yes, he did.
Because
I don't know if he was using it or not.
Oh, okay. Because I've got a 5 up the garage, because I think when I looked into it, they said, oh, you need like a Deltec skimmer because they're the only ones that are meant to be ozone safe. And I was like, well, I've got another Red Sea skimmer up the garage and I've got a Curve 5.
Yeah.
And Harry uses it and Touchwood is all right.
Yeah, and I did a bit of Googling, and it looks like other people. There's a reasonable number of people that are running the Curve 5 to use it to put in ozone. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll let you try it out, Steve, and then I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, apart from that, I've not really been up to anything at all.
You've not tripped and fell in a fish shop lately? That's unlike you if you haven't.
Yeah, I got the Sunset Monty, didn't I, when I picked up the MP40 the other week, but I've not bought anything since then.
How's your green barley slimer?
Still alive.
Good.
Yeah, everything's doing pretty well in the tank actually at the moment.
Looking good.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get rid of your I always call them maze corals? Is it called a Symphilia?
Symphilia? No, I've got 2 Symphilia in there. One looks like a maze, and the other one looks more like a Lobo, but apparently it is a Symphilia.
Okay. And is that the plan to still get rid of one, or?
I was planning to get rid of both of those. I got a Lobo and I got a Tracky, so I was going to keep them and then get rid of the 2 Symphilias.
Okay. More because they're more aesthetically pleasing, or?
I prefer the look of the other 2. I think it's a bit personal preference, but I don't have much sand bed space in that tank, so I've just been trying to kind of think about making a bit more space in it.
I've not got much sand. It's like empty in the middle. There's like no sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. What do you think of that MP40, Steve? That's an M.
I would. It's good. I like the idea. I'm a little bit dubious about what's going to happen when my starfish finds it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ended up with a mince leg in one of mine.
Yeah.
But where is it?
But yeah, I mean, it's nice.
You can get one of these, Steve.
Yeah.
But don't they restrict the flow?
Yes.
Yeah, that's for a 10, that one, which I still haven't fitted. But you can get for a 40 and a 60 as well.
I've got a 3D printer, so I can just print one.
Oh yeah. God, you're a smart guy, unlike me.
Oh, I don't know about that. But yeah. So I haven't really. I've been good. I've not really bought anything at all.
Bloody hell! Things are changing, Steve.
Yeah. I think I've just been so busy.
And what's happening with that tank to the left of it? Is it going to be water in the weekend?
It depends on how much time I get to finish off that side. I've almost done all of the 180 grit on that side. The problem is the weir box gets in the way. So I need to work out how I'm going to get the scratches out of the bit that the weir box is in the way of. I don't know whether I need to get a right angled attachment for my electric screwdriver. That's probably going to be the easiest way. I've got a big orbital polisher for polishing cars. I could use that, but when I tried that originally, it just didn't have enough oomph to actually pull the glass off. So I think probably having the right angle attachment for the drill will be better.
Okay.
Because you can get those nano DAs nowadays, can't you? I was thinking, but obviously it's expensive just to clean a bit of glass.
Yeah. Yeah, the cheap tank is not so cheap anymore. But
what about the old school bit of toothpaste? Does that not work, or you don't want to be?
They are way beyond that. They're way beyond that.
Okay.
Even 180 grit sandpaper on my drill is taking me a long time to get past all of the scratches, so there's no more scratches in it.
So you go from 10 mil to 3 mil, then are you?
It's 8 mil at the moment, glass thickness. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be when I get back, when I actually sort it all out.
Be like that around the rim, and then that in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was speaking to the guy in the local fish shop about it, and he said to me, "Oh, have you filled it up with water and looked yet? Because someone else did that, and they had like real weird optical artifacts where they'd polished it and they created lensing effect." And I said to him, I wouldn't worry about it because it was the whole front that was scratched. So I just had to sand back the whole bloody lot.
Oh, no.
But yeah, literally the front panel, I did all the way around it with the exception of about 8 mil because I couldn't physically get the cutting disc close enough to the edge of the tank. So, yeah.
I did offer you another tank, exactly the same.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry,
Would your tank you got rid of, wouldn't that not have fitted there, and you could have just plumbed that into your new?
Yes, but it only had one drain, and that was why I got rid of it.
Ah, okay.
Because it flooded my office twice. To be fair, that probably would have been less adventurous to drill that out than to. And this one's slightly bigger. This is a 170. Okay. That was a 120.
Clearly a sucker for punishment, then.
Yeah, why not?
That amongst other things like buying silly fish.
Yeah. Sounds like it might end up being the first bow front reef for 170. Love it.
Yeah.
It'd be good if you have Liam. I could borrow. That would be amazing.
Yeah, if anyone's got something like that, it would be Liam, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's just I just need to do that last bit, and a bit more work in the main area, and then once you've done that bit with the 180 grit, that's like 70% of the work. Just getting it down to the right thickness, getting it back to look decent again, rather than just looking like frosted glass. That's really easy. You just work your way up through the sandpaper grits, and it doesn't take much at all. But yeah, getting that first bit is hard work.
How many hours has that took you?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot.
A bit like series link of video, surely? You could have got out of that.
Yeah, the problem is I couldn't monetize it because I'd been swearing the whole time.
Have you time-lapsed yourself?
No, because I wasn't sure whether I'd even going to have the guts to kind of keep at it.
No, you're too stubborn to give up.
Yeah, I knew. I went in eyes wide open, John. I knew it was that scratch before I went and picked it up. I just thought the scratches were going to be easier to get out.
When you mastered it, Steve, you can come and get mine out if I keep this tank.
Yeah.
You're upgrading.
Can you do it with fishing?
No, unfortunately not.
Although I think, did someone not share a link of someone machine polishing a tank while it was running?
Yes, so it can be done. You just need to use. I think you need to use a pneumatic drill or air-powered drill. Because obviously you can't just stick electrics in the in the tank.
You end up with a TMC heater vibe, right?
Oh yeah,
Or,
yeah. I don't know what
or a Ali UV.
Yeah.
A dead Steve.
Yes.
I say your hair stand up, but I ain't got none.
So I've got some pictures you sent me. Should we take a look at those?
Before we start, can I ask, Daz? I hardly know anything about you and your reefing journey. How did you even get this far? Right.
So we had tanks as kids growing up at home. Had a fresh water. Sorry. Which I think was, if I remember correctly, I think that was a 5 foot, and then next to it was like a 2x2 cube. And knowing what I know now, it was really cruel back then because it was underground filter. It had a dog face puffer in it. I can't think what else it had. I think it had like a lionfish, whether it was a Voltane or Volton, whatever they call it, or a fuzzy dwarf at the time. I'm not sure. It had some damsels. And I remember the puffer getting ill, or it passed away eventually. My mum got mad at vets because they're like, you can treat a dog and a cat, but you can't treat a fish. And it's the same nowadays. Nothing's changed really, is it?
No.
And that would have been probably late 80s, early 90s. So I've always liked the idea of having one. And then me being me, a couple of school parents were breaking up. And the dad said one day, I said, "Oh, you got a fish tank?" And he said, "Yeah." "Why?" I said, "Oh, I always liked the idea. Me and the boy always go around fish shops and have a look on weekends." And he's like, "Oh, well, me and so-and-so are like obviously parting ways. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Didn't ask Shelley or anything. It's like, "Yeah, right. Can you drop it around my house?"
Nice.
She come home from work, and there was this. What was it? It was a Aqua One fish tank. So I think it was a tropical fish tank because I was running it on a canister filter.
Okay.
Which, knock it or not, but that was probably my more successful tank, that one, than when I upgraded to a 3 foot, which was like 4 months later.
Yeah.
I went, yeah, I need a bigger tank. And then Shelley was at work again. I got the school mum to come and get me in a big car. We went off to Maidenhead at Summerhill. And they had a Aqua Marine 1200, is it?
Okay.
Or 1500, yeah, which is a marine version of the Aqua One Tropical that I had originally. And yeah, I put that, which was here, running along this wall.
Yeah.
And I think
what was that like as a tank?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I think there should be videos of that. Even the Aqua, the little cube. I think even that is on YouTube. I think because that came with a peacock wrasse, which I've still got, and the clowns. So I think I've had the clowns for that's 6 years, and I think he said he had them for a year before. So the clowns were about 7. The peacock wrasse. There was 3 humbug damsels, the red fire shrimp, which I've still got, and a fuzzy dwarf lionfish. And I looked up the lionfish and thought, even as a dwarf, they still get quite big. It could eat my male clown. I thought, well, so I bagged that up, bagged the damsels up, took them to Creations, and he gave me, I think, like 4 kilos of live rock.
Wow.
Creation Aquatics.
Yeah, that's the one.
Who's that?
That's a mental place to go.
That's a mental place to go. That's so weird.
Livestock is ropey in his sink systems. So yeah, you can get stuff, but I would say get it in the bag.
Orders paradise.
Pick it up there and then.
Orders paradise is shit everywhere.
It is. I've never seen a place like it. There is just so much stuff in there.
Yeah. My daughter mocks me, like she goes down all with the little tanks and she's like, "Dad, you're not going to fit down here." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks."
It used to do
But
like second-hand gear and stuff. Like when you was a beginner, that's great for someone to set up because they could go there for a second-hand skimmer and go there for a second-hand. I don't know if he still
yeah,
does.
he still does.
Does he?
It's still full of gear. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My first QT heaters, I think I got off him, and they were like a fiver for like 300 watt heaters.
Can't
And I was
complain.
like, all right. But he was like, "What are you using it for? You're not putting it in your tank." I was like, "No, I'm quarantining." He's like, "All right." So he was good like that. He thought, "Yeah, don't use it in your tank."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got tons of lights. He's got like massive UVs. What are they, like RODI systems for like ponds,
Yeah.
reactors. He's got tons of stuff.
I think whatever you need, he will have it.
Oh, 100%.
A
Used
version-
or
a version.
new.
Yeah, a version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've always had the argument that he won't put any of the, even though it's used, equipment on his fish tanks. Because when he was getting corals in, generally from breakdown systems or shop shutting, he would literally go and clear out the whole shop, buy the whole lot. And we're like, "Mike, like, you ain't got a lot of dough. What are you doing?" And then he'd put it on it with like an AliExpress light. You're like, "You got hydras there. Just take one off the shelf that's used and put it on the tank." No, I don't want to do that. You're like, "But you keep the livestock alive and then you can sell it."
Yeah.
But yeah, he's stubborn like that. Even his salinity, I was like, "What's salinity at?" He's like, "I don't know, 1.030." I don't know, 2.9. I'm like, "Okay, a long drip acclimation process."
Jeez.
Wow. Good evening, Ryan. Hope you're doing
Hi,
well.
Ryan. How was Malaysia? Was it? That is Ryan. That Ryan, isn't it?
Don't
I
know.
think it's a different Ryan.
Yeah, I think
Ah, okay. I do apologise.
So you had that, and then you got this behind you. Was
Yeah.
that
Yeah, and then a friend was closing this down and got the S900.
Okay.
So yeah, I took this off him, and yeah, it sat. I think it sat in my garage for about a year, and touch wood, it's still.
Gen 1?
Yeah, Gen 1. I Euro brace the top. I'll show you on the tank tour. So I just did the front and the sides.
Do you want to do that? He said the words. I didn't say it. He said it.
No, I will do one.
Yeah.
It's just
They're good
finding the
fun.
timings. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of my weekends I tend to work. So unless I do like a midweek one.
Yeah, we can always do a midweek one.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah, so
Ryan's got space in the calendar.
Yeah, exactly. So either post finest or mid-August, because I've got my daughter's birthday at the beginning and then Shelley's, my mum's and sister's at the end. So
Ron does fuck all. Ron does fuck all. So he have plenty of time, mate.
It's fun.
We'll get you in.
he's going to love you saying that.
Oh, I know.
Good evening, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Show us these photos.
Well, before we go to the photos, I'm just looking on your sand bed and I see like a collection of branching coral on the sand bed. What it looks like.
Yeah,
What
I
is that?
used to do
Were you
those
purple?
ages ago. So one's a Hirasuta
Okay.
that's just sitting there, and I feel bad if I just throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
And the other one is a Elkhorn Montipora.
Okay.
And I got that bad of it just sitting there. I broke 2 bits off. You probably can't see, but there's a rock along the back wall, and I stuck 1 bit to either side of it. But yeah, if you want it, Steve, it's
I've got a bit
growing.
in my tank.
Yeah, it's sitting there. And then I've got a Cactus Bavona on the frag rank, another piece of Elkhorn, and a very small hammer pup. One of my hammers spawned, I think. It was a gold tip. I presume it's a pup. Everyone in the group chat said it was a pup. And a little small tenuous that broke off. That is like here, I think, in the tank somewhere.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say you're a stick guy?
Not really. My 3 foot had loads of sticks in it, and I'd like some really nice coloured ones. But I knew when I was changing, I was going to get rid. So I took a couple of really nice corals to Love to Reef, not just gone the one before, And even Drippy was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! That's like proper rainbow. Where did you get that?" I said, "Oh, I think I bought it from AAC Brown about like 2 years ago." And he's like, "What are you doing with it?" And I said, "Oh, I promised it to someone as a swap." And I think it was Jordan, who's up in Cambridge, took it. One of Richard's mates, Rich Reef,
Okay.
who's got the Acanthophilia. I think his dad's name's John.
Okay.
Yeah, so he gave me a what did he give me? A Space Invader chalice. That's at the bottom somewhere. It's only small, but it seems to be doing all right. And then, like you, Steve, I've got a Petinia over here, but a Space Invader one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got it as a frag, and then obviously all the frags online, and they are they're so petty.
So have you moved more to mixed reef since this tank?
Yeah. I mean, like I had tons of hammers and frog spawns and octo spawns, and then like an idiot, I cut them all up because I wanted to fill this rock up, but they're starting to grow out already. But because I've glued them down, I'm not taking them off, dremeling them, and cut them because I think my gold hammer here somewhere is fighting with a torch, and the torch is losing. Whereas everyone always says, "Oh, the torch would win." I'm like, "Oh, not this case."
Yeah, I had the same experience. And mine was a frog spawn and a torch, and the torch lost.
Yeah. So the big one, which I think is a I don't know what it is. One's a New York Knicks, I think, and one's an Indo Gold or something. Yeah. And then I picked up from a guy in Portsmouth. He sold us a couple of corals. I think Gad's picked up a few. I think his name's Tom. And Peter Newsom didn't get it. He got off Steve. And the coral, I got off him the torch. Under white lights, the tips are pink. And as soon as the blues come on, it's bright blue tips with green. So, yeah, it's quite cool. But
is it green? Is it green stem?
Yeah, it's really bright green. With like looking at it now, it's like pinky purple tips.
Cotton candy.
Almost like a lilac.
Is it a cotton candy?
Possibly, but when the lights go really blue, all the tips like look blue under the light rather than pink.
Because I had this debate with like Barry and AAC the other day when I last went. I was like, "Oh, I like that coral." He went, "You've already got it." I went, "No, it ain't. That's got pink tips." He went, "No, you have. It's a cotton candy, but they have blue or pink tips." It might be a cotton candy.
Yeah.
Because they're really bright green, but they, for some reason, like they were saying, that they can be blue tips and they can be green tips.
Yeah, because he had one that he showed me that was like really like a luminous green, and I said, "Yeah, I want that," but he said, because I didn't confirm it, even though I said I wanted it, he sold it to somebody else. But I did get a rainbow loom off of him as well, which is over there, and that's doing all right. And then I got another rainbow loom off of Peter, which is more goldy yellow, and that one's more green. And they're both doing all right. So I've sort of gone right. No, it's going to be LPS. It's going to be LPS. And then like always, you're like, oh yeah, let me get some SPS now. This is harder to keep. I need a challenge.
I'm the same. I'm like now, like, oh, I need some sticks. Now. I want some sticks.
Yeah, I've been looking at a few Acanthos, but I was like, 799 seems a lot. And you got to go, oh, well, you can't get them in, so it's supply and demand. And I'm like, yeah, but come on.
Yeah.
So, because I've got my Scollies. If I didn't have my Scollies here, my 3 I've got here, I would get an angel or a butterfly. I'm not overly bothered about everything else, but my 3 Scollies I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they all different?
Yeah, so one's like a bright green with like yellow. One's almost like the shape of a trackie. It's not round, and that's like red bits of blue and yellow. And then I've got another one that's almost like blue with like pinky gold speckles. It's really pretty Scolly.
And they're all full. They're all full Scollies, not button Scollies.
Yeah, so I bought them as buttons, but they're not small. They're like that size. So. And they're all extended. Like this one's getting hammered by the flow, the pink one, because it faces that way rather than straight. But then you turn the flow off and it really opens up. But the red one looks like a trackie shape. It's not round.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's get some of, because you've gone quite blue now. So let's see if we can share some of the share screen.
Yeah, I don't want to try and change my lights on my phone. It'd be like, goodbye.
So these are the pictures you sent me earlier. You have your.
Oh, there's my best mate.
Smile.
It's huge. Oh, that's what she said.
That's some of your hammers. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's the green one.
That's nice.
That's a Scotty. Yeah. So see, they're not like fully round.
That's really nice.
That is lovely.
That's probably quite rare, that, isn't it?
That's the one I say that's like a trackie.
It looks like, it looks tracky logo-y, doesn't it?
It does,
the pink and yellow.
Wow.
Nice, isn't it?
And then the day I took the photo, my A-cam was sulking that week. I don't know why. Usually it's massive, but
A-cans are weird. What's it? Milky Starlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that coral. I tried to get a different coloured one to think, if I put on a lunar cycle, would they spawn? But I couldn't find one.
What's Dave just got? Dave just got a pink Starlight.
Yeah, I think he said he was after one.
Yeah, I think he might have one.
And this is saying, are you sure that that's a Scotty?
Yeah, I bought them all as button Scotties. I bought the red and the green, which they was even on the same bit together, and they were fine. From where did I get those from? H2O.
Okay.
As button Scotties.
It does look like it's gonna go out like a logo, similar to the next one. That looks quite logo-y as well, but like I say, if they are.
Yeah, I don't know if obviously how it was glued down affected it or.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's just unusual shapes, aren't they?
Yeah. So. Yeah, whether it's the flow, not sure. But that's that torch in the back, the littler one.
Yeah.
Just a single head.
Yeah.
I think it might be a cotton candy.
I think that is a cotton candy. I think that's very similar to the one I've got.
Yeah, both those other torches are off of Rich from Love to Reef last year.
The one at the left, is that a New York Knicks?
I think so, yeah. I think one was a New York Yicks and one was sold as maybe a Dragon Soul or something.
Okay.
And that's that rainbow loom behind that I got off the same guy of the little torch.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, it's a decent size. I think it was like £35 for like what you'd call it as a colony.
Wow.
If you was to buy it in the shop.
Where did you find all these people?
He was on the Love to Reef thing. He was trading and stuff, but I said,
Right.
I've got nothing to trade that you want. And he's like, message me, because he's obviously got a garage set up with like a few coral trays in it. And I said, where are you? And I think he said Portsmouth. I said, it's a bit far, but if you're coming Love to Reef, bring me some bits. And I think Gazza got about 7 bits off of him.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, Gazza's happy with the bits he got.
Can't bloody keep up with when that Love to Reef chat was going off. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, when them 3 girls joined last minute, I was like, I'll have that. Just like, all right, save some for other people.
Everything just went off, and I'm like, can't keep up.
Yes, that's one of my gold hammers, I think.
Yeah.
Love a gold hammer.
Yeah, frog spawn next to it, and then you can just see bits that are cut off on the right-hand side.
That snail is bloody huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's size of your palm, easy.
What is it?
I've had that.
Is it a turbo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I got it, and it was like really small. It must be 5-6 years old.
Right.
Wow.
I used to feed it a bit of nori now and again, thinking, is it getting enough food? Because there's not tons of algae in my tank. So
nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
When it's on the glass, Shelley's always like, it's math, because it's like.
Yeah.
I bought that as a ultra, what do they call them, rainbow chalice.
Okay.
But I think when I put it on a chalice group, one of the Americans called it something else. It is a chalice, but he said, it's not. No, they said it weren't one of those, but that's what I bought it as. and I got it as, I think it had like 2 eyes on it, and it's just grown over the whole plug.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's got nice bleeding for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really nice coral actually, but because it was just sitting there, I've not mounted it. Do you remember the guy who's on band a lot? I think he's up Clacton way, Steve. He's always posting. Is it Neil?
Michael.
Is it?
Oh, Neil. Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
bought anything from Neil.
Yeah, I've not bought anything from him, but he wanted that, and I was like, "Well, you've got a yellow tank, let's do it." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if it's worth it." And I was like, "All right, don't worry about it. I'm not bothered."
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then that yellow tank come up, and I went and picked it up.
Nice. So what we got here? Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern with a cactus pavona next to it, so they seem to cohabit. A little bit of stinging going on, but they sort of grow around each other.
Chaos?
Art Chaos, yeah.
What's going in that shaded area? Is the plans for that?
I don't know, so I wouldn't know what to put there. Further on, I've got like an arch here, and I added some like bounce mushrooms sort of thing, like not the OG ones, but obviously now I realise I can't get them off the rock, and they literally have like pretty much killed an alveopora that I had there.
Yeah.
And Lee's like, "Oh, just pull them off," and I was like, "I can't get a grip on them." So I tried to get in there with a Stanley blade, and it just started spitting out all this white stuff.
Yeah.
Shriveled up, but it's come back with a vengeance. So
yeah, you don't get rid of it.
So I don't know whether just a putty over it or.
Yeah. I don't. I imagine puttying over.
I don't know what I could put there. Really.
What about Favia or something?
Yeah, Favia would be quite good there.
Okay.
Or Sophastria.
Yeah.
I looked at those. Like, is it Jingle Bells?
Yeah.
I quite like the colour of that one.
They're not highly demanding, and some of what's wrong got that grows in the shade? That's an acro though, isn't it? That's unusual because I think that's got a.
I did think about maybe a sun coral.
Yeah, that'd look quite nice.
In the middle where you've got that hammer above the zoas, that's almost too shaded by the frog spawn above it, because the frog spawn really opens up and dangles down. So I either need to attach another rock on top of the zoas and stick it out more, or completely move that.
How much work do you want? Sun coral needs to be fed every day. But...
Yeah. I mean, I feed my fish every day, 3 times a day when I'm here. So
as long as you don't mind. Yeah, as long as you don't mind feeding it.
No, because like I say, my lights go out about 9:15, and then I got to bed anywhere between 10 and 11, so I can probably feed it before I went to bed.
Yeah.
I think Jay had one, didn't he, for about 8 months a year?
Yeah, he did. But has he not got it then?
No, I think he lost it in the end, because I think his shrimp kept nicking all the food.
Yeah. That can be really annoying, can't they, the shrimp?
Yeah, when I used to feed my scollies, I'd cut the cleaner shrimp, which I got rid of. They used to come out and just take the food out of its mouth.
Yeah, really annoying. Ooh.
Yeah, so that's the 3 scollies that are there.
Yeah.
And I found they were better angled like that than on the sandbed.
Okay.
I think the wrasse is, obviously.
What's the thing right at the back?
This.
Yeah, what's that?
That's I don't know what you call it. What's the Monty Poras that are red and green, like grafted these sort of things.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. It's not a sun something, but yeah, it's half red. Well, it got more green than red in it.
Looks like it's got blue in it as well.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, so I had that. I think that was literally like here, but I think one of the fish kept knocking it off. Like this little arch bit. So I left it on the sandbed for ages, as you can see. I sort of do with corals, and then it kept getting buried. So I'd go in and turkey baster it, and I was like, right, let me put it over there. And where it is underneath that's near the glass, there's like a shell that's buried. And my little, I say bicolour blenny, it's all black. It's certainly not bicolour. I bought it and it had a bit of orange, but it's all black now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like orange. I'm ditching that. I'm all black.
Yeah.
So yeah, he sleeps in that little shell now.
Oh, that's nice. I had a bicolour blenny, and it decided it wanted to sleep in the cave that my pistol shrimp had. And the pistol shrimp, although it was 1/5 the size of the bicolour blenny, killed the bicolour blenny.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I have heard of them like doing that with other, well, like they're meant to be symbiotic relationship that it don't work out, and although the shrimp's meant to be blind, it still killed the fish.
Yeah, I guess if your goby doesn't, if they don't pair, then you run the risk of it killing the goby.
Yeah, and then the little tiny, what you can see bright green, that's my pectinia. As I say, you sort of look at it online going, yeah, that looks like decent. And then, I got it. And I was like, oh, okay. By the time I took it off the frag plug, I'm like, yeah, that's like smaller than a 5p.
Yes.
But it's growing.
I was about to say my one is growing quite quickly now.
Yeah, I saw in your video.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, it's doing
just
really well.
behind that is a very small, from the same people, little John Deere Lepto.
Yeah, that's one that's on my list.
Because I saw it in Rob's and I was like, what is that? I love that coral. And his one, you really see the polyps flowing, although it's short. You can really see the movement go from like green to gold. And I was like, I need one of them. So I ordered one again, and it was like the size of my little finger now when I got it. And I was like, oh my God. Then algae was growing. I was like, oh, it's going to die. But I think it's growing down the back of the rock now rather than towards me. So I'm like, I can't see it.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So you're a sand guy, but you blow the sand and you're happy. You're more about flow, but the sand is there for the wrasse, is it? Or
yeah. So this section here almost has about half an inch to an inch, and most of the wrasse sleep in this side of the tank, which is the right hand side. Yeah. So I just leave it.
Jay's just commented saying that sun coral would look amazing, but very much an expert coral, heavy direct feeding, and a nightmare if you've had greedy fish and inverts.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Jay.
Yeah.
5 months. Yeah, there you go.
Jeez.
5 months is still pretty good going.
Good going, yeah.
So as you can see on the back wall almost, I put another rock. I got a bit of live rock from AAC, just built up a little bit. I put a bit of Hirasuta and a bit of the elkhorn.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I never clean my back wall.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
I've never done it.
Some people love it, and some people. I cleaned it because I was just like, oh, it's a bit much now. So I thought I'd clean it, cut it down, but then I'll let it grow again.
I think I need a hand scraper because I can't get me flipper or Tunzi down the back of the tank.
Yeah. Yeah, having one on a decent length handle is pretty handy as well.
Yeah, I almost need one in telescopic ones you can get in.
Yeah. Right. What else do we have? Is that Duncan in the middle?
Yeah, big Duncan in the middle, and then just to the right you can see a slight little bit of green. That's where all them mushrooms are growing.
Yeah.
Did you create this rockscape? And I take it this is what rock's this?
Live rock, and what's the plain white rock you buy?
Macro? Marco?
Possibly, yeah. I got it from Marco Rock, yeah. Marco. Yeah, I got that from the shop in Rettendon.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, just sort of kept putting bits together, a little bit of cement. This will do that, that'll do that. So yeah, so you can see that rainbow loom I got of Peter that's bright yellow coming off the left-hand branch.
Yeah.
And then there's the F-Low that Liam got me, just above it.
Okay.
And then to the middle is that tenuous that I said. I got it, and it was like a deep green with a bit of red, and then I put it in, and it almost went pastel. So I don't know if it's too much white because it's directly underneath the 64. I thought a tenuous, it should be able to handle it.
Have you checked the par?
No. I did. I think I commented on Gaz's tank tour and then realised it was a tank tour. And who's got it next? But I think Dan's just posted it out as an either him.
Yeah.
Welcome to borrow mine, mate.
Yeah. So I'm going to check that. So I've got probably a couple of little bit more spaces. I've got some Limeberry Monty that's in between that and the Joker Acro, is it called? On the right hand side there, it's like a staggy.
Yeah.
Got that from AAC. That
loads of room in there. Look.
Well, yeah, I say that, but I'm not one of these who likes overcrowding. I can see even Steve's issue on his tank the other day. I thought when that grows out, he's going to be like, oh my God, I've got everything's killing each other.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll have a bigger tank by then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then the tank police will be off your back as well, then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still waiting for him to come for me.
I guess this is the last rock in your tank that we saw some of earlier.
So that's like my that was like my LPS tank that I was rock that I was like, right, that's it. That's going to be predominantly LPS. And then the Milka Stylo I had for ages, and someone put on band when I was breaking my tank down, saying, right, I've got all these corals. If you want it, just come and get it. And I was selling like colonies for like a tenner. I was like, I don't want a lot. Reverse splatter hammers, like $5. A couple of people in Southend comes, like, oh, what's that? Can I have a bit of that? And I was like, yeah, look, just take it. If not, it's going to go in the bin. I feel bad.
Yeah.
And I kept a little piece of it. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll put that on the rock there. And obviously, it's grown into what it is already. And I think this tank's, going by YouTube, it's 11 months old.
Okay.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Billericay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about half hour from Rob.
Yeah, so like your H2O is your local.
Yeah, I probably would say Retterdon, like Coral Passion and H2O are probably the same distance, just different directions.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I always went to Tony over H2O.
Yeah, you've got E-Marine and Manacoy.
Yeah.
Manacoy and Marine as well.
Yeah, I've been to Eco Marine once, but I think when I was questioning about quarantine and stuff, he sort of rubbed me up the wrong way a little bit, so I don't think I ever went back.
Eco Marine, but I was talking about E-Marine.
E-Marine, yeah, which is off Pond Lane, is it?
Yeah. Eco Marine is different.
Yeah, that's Laura. Laura's good as well. Yeah. That's who I gave loads of Art of Chaos to.
Yeah.
Behind all those torches, she gave me a green acro that's still there doing well.
She's only wholesale, isn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, I said she should open up to us and have a little look around one day, but she's like, nah, keeping my babies closed.
Yeah.
Reefers Network, mate, there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's messaged me a few times because she goes to, I think she does something at Barleyland, which is like a little trade farm sort of thing. But I don't think it's coral wise. But yeah, she's often there and she's like, oh, you're only around the corner. Let me know when we meet up.
Nice.
Because someone again took a couple of corals that she left for me, sort of thing. And I said, oh, I'm sure I got the coral that you gave me. And she said, oh, Mike and Shamila said, we've got another one for you, which they said they was going to drop off. But we just were both busy. So, and obviously, I think they're up your way, aren't they, Steve? Or further than you?
No, they're further up. They're
further than me, aren't they?
They are further than you. They're like
Kings Lynn.
They're above Kings Lynn, I think.
Oh wow! So it is a bit of a
land. Yeah. They're nowhere near you. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they said about maybe going to their mother-in-law's in Kent, so they could pass in one day. Said yeah, feel free.
Yeah.
But yeah, weekends are usually tricky for me because I usually tend to work mainly.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one.
Most barbers do.
I'll bring me mini clippers and sort yours out when I see you next. You're going to wake up from finance with no eyebrows.
I probably will, mate.
That's a nice
leave the door open. I'm going to creep in.
I love this. To be fair, I love the skate. I think.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love it.
It's quite red, but I think when I spoke to Christian years ago, he said, he says it's a bacteria film rather than a cyano.
Okay.
Now, if you put the filter on it, you can see the rock looks quite red. Whereas to the eye, it just looks like rock.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is properly rammed full of rock at the moment, but that's just because I want to get the rock all seasoned before moving tank.
Yeah.
When I move to the new tank, I probably won't get much more rock, if any, and then just kind of spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah, whereas I think I've been going down the opposite route, because underneath the torches, there's like 2 bits of live rock there, which I added maybe 2 weeks ago. And then the bits that got the Hirasuta and the Elkhorn, that's another 4 pieces of live rock that I got and added. And I said to Rob, I think I'm just going to maybe go old school and just cram it of rock.
Yeah.
Because the fish don't seem to swim like... So I'm like, well, maybe they need more hiding spaces than swimming spaces.
I'm scared of adding rocks. I'm brewing some in a bucket for about a month before I add it, because I do not want algae out of it.
Well, that's why I bought the live rock. I mean, you pay over the odds, or you can say over the odds. I don't know.
Well,
some was cheaper than others.
So your neck of the woods, Manor, Koi, and Marine had live rock for 10 quid a kilo.
No way.
Or 10 kilos for 90 quid.
Wow. Was that in their system though, or separately?
No, it was sat there. You could see it was in like display tanks. It was in the top row of display tanks.
Oh, okay. Because when I questioned Barry about it, I said, "Oh, like, is it like, what are the pros and cons of it?" And he's like, "Oh, you might get crabs, you might get a bobbit worm, you might get aptasia." I said, "Yeah, but what about ick and velvet?" He went, No. There's no fish or whatever. We're just feeding it."
Yeah. So
like, okay,
Manor, Koi, and
cool.
Marine have fish in the tank with the live rock. Yeah.
So then I probably would have to do. I mean, to be honest, I've got a bucket full of it in the garage that literally is just sitting there cooking all the time.
Yeah.
So every now and again I do a water change on it, but other than that, I just leave it there, throw a bit of food in it.
That's currently what I'm doing. I'm got some ruin in a bucket, and I'm just brewing that for a month before I'm going to buy some bacteria, put a bit of food in there, and just keep it brewing. And then when it looks like it's gone for an ugly face, I'll then add it. I don't really want to add it and then go bang. Oh, great! What did I do that? For? What did I do that for?
Yeah.
Did you go down a route of cleaning it and that as well? Or?
Yeah, I scrubbed it. I jet washed it. I then soaked it in RO. I then took it out, soaked it in more RO, and now it's back in salt in a bucket.
Did you give it a bath in Ron's juice?
No, I didn't. I didn't think of that.
I bleached mine. Yeah, when I did it first of all.
I did the bait, bleaching it. It's been out of the tank. It's been out of the tank for about 6 months. I chiseled loads of bits I didn't like off of it, and then I said to the guy said, "Oh, you can just add it straight in." I went, "Absolutely not. That's going in a bucket.
Yeah.
It's going in a bucket for a while."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So there's an end view. So it looks like you got 2 MP40s here and a Jaya at the other end. Is that right?
Yeah. Reefway 45 the other end, and then 2 MP40s that end.
And when the lights were a bit whiter, did I see another MP40 on the back wall as well?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I've got an MP10 to go on, which I bought a whole new wet side for, and then I've not got round to fitting it.
Okay.
I was thinking where that arch is, and I've got the F-low. I was thinking maybe put it on the back there, and then have it going over.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some days I look and go, yeah, I've got loads of flow, but when you actually look into flow, you're like, I've got no flow at all. Yeah. Even though there isn't. Like I say, at night time, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, the gyres going nuts.
I think you're balancing the mixed reef like all of us. We're balancing mixed reefs where you don't want to blow the heads off hammers and torches.
Yeah, and that's why I cranked it up at night, because most stuff retracts.
Yeah.
And I thought that way it'll clear all the SBS if there's anything there, or feed them even.
Yeah.
And hopefully the hammers and all that fine. But yeah, if elder hammers and that have been fine, touch wood. The golden octo I noticed yesterday is starting to sting the milker on the base. Yeah. But I was like, you rarely see that gold octo. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'm leaving it. That's a nicer coral.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure the stylo will live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grow
It's
around
big
it.
enough anyway. I can always cut a bit off. And
Yeah.
then my barley slimer is just won't really sprout. It's just puddles or bases out for ages.
Okay.
So this
That's
is
weird, isn't it?
is this a barley slimer that's not fuzzy, or is it fuzzy? Because there's arguments of what's a barley slimer or not.
It's a fuzzy one. Yeah, because I
It
think
is
I
fuzzy.
bought one from AAC before, and it was more of a stag than a barley slimer.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is like polyps and quite fuzzy.
Because there's two.
And then-
People say there's two types of barley slimer. One's a fuzzy one, one's a not fuzzy, and one that's actually not a barley slimer.
Yeah. So I think the non-fuzzy is a stag, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Anyone know in the chat?
Yeah. I always thought it was the other way around. I thought the fuzzy one wasn't a slimer, but what do I know?
Okay. Could be right.
Yeah,
You know more than me, I'd say.
One of us is right, that's for sure.
Yeah.
50-50. Phone
Yeah.
a friend.
Good evening, Mo. Hope you're well.
Thanks. That tank was awesome, wasn't it?
Molus. Mr. Molus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mo's
yeah.
like purple. He's good as gold. There's my little clown.
Yeah.
Zoe's stuck in there somewhere. It's dealing with
Having a bit of nori.
Is that the white coal tang up from above?
Yeah. He's pecking from underneath, and the yellow's obviously going from the other side.
Who is the boss?
I think the yellow tries it now. I've taken the gold rim out, but the white tail coal is pretty chilled. But when the yellow tries to start on him, he puts it in its place to say like, "Look, you ain't getting away with that." But he's not one to go and start a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And the purple tried to have a go at the yellow, and then the yellow eventually thought, "Oh, I'm actually bigger than you." So now and again, when it gets the lights going out, they do that typical squabble, like "This is my territory. I'm sleeping here. Go away." But during the day, they don't really do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mine have been pretty chill. Been quite lucky.
Yeah, just feed them. I say, like feed. I mean, especially if you're doing your lanthanum, you can feed a little bit heavier anyway.
Yeah.
Purple for me is only a dick when it's around night time when they're like sorting out themselves where they're staying at night, and it's the Tamini that seems to be the one that's more picked on over the swallowtails. The swallowtails just tend to piss off, really. But,
yeah, I think they can hold their own, the angels, anyway, even being a friendly angel.
Yeah, Tamini I do worry about, but he seems to be all right, and I'm about to add some more rock to create more caves for that reason. I love that coal.
Yeah.
I love that coal tank.
Yeah, it was just one that I was after, but you could never get them for a while, and then eventually they'd all come around. But like I say, people were wanting 350, 400, and I'm like, seems a lot. So, yeah, and then like I say, the yellow come up. I went and picked that up in Clacton. I think I paid 160 for that in the end. Yeah, which I thought was fair.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
Can't complain on that.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
No.
Yeah, looks nice.
Thank you very much.
That's the Scully.
That's that Scully, aka Lobo.
Yeah.
Be interesting to show that to someone, like Jamie Craigs or something, and say, like you say, you bought it as a Scully.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you it when they're feeding. I can't remember. I don't know if I put a picture on my fish Instagram of one of them inside out. The was it the green one or the pink one? And it looked really pretty, like a flower with all its tentacles out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's definitely a Scully. Like similar like that. Look.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the Scully inside out, like feeding mode. It can't. I don't think you can't zoom in or anything, can you? But
I can. Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, if you look at it, like, see, look, mental, isn't it?
That's peculiar, isn't it?
That I've not seen one like that before. No.
Yeah, and that's its mouth in the middle.
Jeez. Reminds me of I'm thinking, is that like what John's arse looks like? It's spiders.
You had to ruin it, Matt.
Oh, wow, that was zoomed out, wasn't it?
There's no spiders in this tank. Well, I don't think there is.
So is this when you got the yellow?
Yeah. So that's I bought a battery airstone thing, like, and then put that on it. Drilled a hole in an old Red Sea. Is it 7 kilo bucket of sand, the small one?
Yeah.
And went and picked it up in that. Thought, no, it's a decent sized fish and technically an expensive fish. I'd rather go more out than just put it in a bag.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, so I think Jay got me to get one of those when he was going on about his power cuts and stuff up north. He said, just get a couple of battery powered air pumps.
Yeah, why not?
And I did.
Good idea.
And that was the first time I used it. And it's back in its box, and I don't know if I'm going to use it when. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you've got it if you need it. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that.
That's that rainbow loom I got off that Tom guy.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Love to reef, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Is that growing much?
Yeah, so it's just started basing out over it a little bit. Because you sort of like look at them going, is that stripping? But I was like, no, it's growing. But yeah, that was, I think it was £35 he charged me for that.
Wow.
And like I say, you get one stick of that usually.
Yeah, so they'd probably pay more than 35.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah,
go on.
That I'm going to say, easily that's like £100-150 coral in it.
Yeah.
We haven't asked yet. What do you dose?
So I used to dose Coral Essentials.
Okay.
If they still want to sponsor me, I'll carry on using it. But I follow the master chef and make up my own now.
You do the DIY now. You do the Rob.
Yeah. So I literally follow Rob. I praise him for actually helping people and putting it out there and not gatekeeping. Yeah. So thank you very much, Rob. So mostly probably Calcosa. I do about 2.5 litres a day, and then I think I do about 20 mil of alk and 15 of calcium, and then magnesium. I think I just dump in there when I think it's low.
Trace.
And then I've got loads of little Coral Essential traces that I put in there at the moment because I've still got like tons of bottles. So I think I use the B and the C.
Yeah.
And strontium, boron, potassium. I think potassium's in B anyway. And then I got phosphate and nitrate. So I've had to start dosing nitrate again because it went to 1.1. From doing the water changes, which I was keeping my phosphate leveled out at 0.04, 0.06, but then I thought, let me test my tank. The nitrate was like 1.1. I was like, oh dear. No water changes, or I think I did a 25 litre instead of 100 litre.
Yeah.
And will you go DIY traces as well?
I was talking to Rob about it for a while, so he said, when he gets around to making a load of it, he will do. But I think Harry's going to possibly start taking it on, and then I'll quite happily get it through Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because did I see he's doing the ABC
reagent? Yeah, for your automated aquarium tester.
Yeah. So
to any brand.
No. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't have one of those, but I do have the bankruptcy one.
Oh, okay.
Which I can't fault. I pick Peter's brain now and again on it, but I use that and Versa dosing pumps.
And what salt are you using?
I use Instant Ocean.
Oh dear.
But you can't grow corals on it. It's fish only. Ain't that right, Jamie? But I've been using it for since I've started this tank. So
Let's be honest though, regardless of what salt you have, if you're dosing, you're putting in what you need.
I think I
top-
said that
on
to
top
Dave
of.
the other
Yeah.
week. I said even if you do no water changes, you just then dose more stuff into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I going to spend more on traces in the long run? Maybe than what I would do on salt. I don't know.
I think with a good salt, you're just bringing your baseline higher than you are with a cheap salt, but you probably are spending the equivalent in traces. But
Yeah, so I think I get more of a swing if I do 100 litre. I get more of an out swing, like maybe one by doing 100 litre than if I did like 50 litre. 50 litre would keep it at 7.8, 8.5. If I do 100 litre, it might go up to 9 because I think the alk's a bit higher in the insertion. Like calcium, magnesium, I don't notice a difference. It stays the same before a water change or after. Traces, I don't know. I did the free ICP, still waiting to hear back from that. Don't know how long. How long did yours take to get back, Mike, from posting it?
About a week and a half.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I'm probably should be due any minute, but it says it's not at the lab yet, so
I sent it.
maybe.
I sent it on a Tuesday, and I think I heard back probably about the Wednesday after. But on that, to me, and I know we've spoken about it in the Jolly Boys today, I think if you don't get an ICP back after a week, and because you've done, for me, I've done a water change by then. It's
Yeah, completely agree. Because I would have corrected maybe whatever was wrong by doing my weekly water change, which I usually do on a Friday.
So to me, it's not. To me, it's not relevant. I couldn't use them long term. It'd have to be elements because that's the only one that offers that speed.
I mean, I've never had an issue with Triton. Triton have always been pretty good for me.
Okay.
I usually get it back 2 days later, but I think someone said they did a Triton and they're still waiting a week.
Yeah. I did a Tropic Marin one. It was, I can't remember, it was 17 or 18 days.
Wow. So that's like 2, nearly 3 water changes.
Yeah.
So if you corrected it on that ICP, you could be in big trouble. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not what you want, is it?
If there's no guarantee in 5 working days, I'm not interested.
No, and I think it probably needs to be 4 because you'd probably post it Monday.
Yep.
And you need the results before the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. You need them on Friday.
I'd like them Thursday, Friday before I did a water change.
Yeah. Your fish are going mad behind you.
Oh, is it bedtime? I've seen it.
Just zip him round the tank then.
Yeah, they're probably like, the lights are usually out by now.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, and I put them on till 10:15, so I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, so most of them tend to sort of sleep around here, and then between these hammers, there's like a cave all the way through, so they can swim through there. So one sleeps in it, one sleeps behind it, and then one either tucks in down here, even though there's tons of caves over this side.
Yeah.
Well, they all want to sleep there.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, so I'd like to get a couple more fish. That's a millipora, I believe.
Looks a thick branch, Millie. What's Mosan? What about Oshiyama? ICP.
Yeah, Oshiyama ICP.
Yeah, I think they're still 3 days to a week, aren't they? Depending on when they get it.
I don't know. I'd like to say anywhere that's abroad, I have a feeling that there's always that delay of if it doesn't get posted or you miss the post delivery.
Yeah, I mean, they're only going to post a couple of times a week, aren't they?
Yeah.
Realistically, from the UK, they'll drop ship out. So that's probably going to be a Tuesday and a Thursday or Friday. So, yeah, if you do your water change at the weekend, there's just no way you can work it so that you've got your results before the next one.
No. Because I think they're like the really good UK company that most of us use and praise, and we've had a few of them on the live. I think they ship out the ATIs on Wednesday and Thursday. So like, even if that's first class, are they getting to? Is it Germany they've got to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Friday, will they get tested Friday? are they open Saturdays, or were they going to get tested
Yeah.
Monday?
Yeah.
So I did it because it's free. I posted it on a Monday, but like I say, it ain't going to get posted out till Wednesday. And mine still says it's not arrived, so then I did it not Monday gone, the Monday before.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've got a Triton here to do anyway, so I'll probably see what that one says. Do a water change, give it 2 weeks, and then do the Triton. See what that says.
I sent
Yeah.
mine on the 26th of May, and it was done on the 4th of June. So that's about a week and a bit.
Yeah, like you say, that's a water change in, or almost 2.
You've either done good or you've done bad.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. From what you've got there, you could have already corrected that, so that zinc level could be half of what it's saying it is. And what else is it said? You have nickel.
And I've got zinc and strontium.
Strontium, yeah. So, or the strontium could be coming from the salt, maybe. What salt you use?
Nice.
Oh, well, no, that's meant to be super clean, right? It's like Colombian special, that is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably blaming her. She probably didn't mix it as much as she normally does because she's the salt mixer. So she probably didn't go like that a couple of times. And
she's putting her rings in the tank, that's what it is.
Probably, yeah.
Should be putting mats in it next if he keeps saying things like that.
Harry, she's all right.
Yeah, she's right, mate. She's like say she's got her own tank bubbling away.
Yeah, and that was my next question: is the little nano up and running? And
it is. It's got.
Have you aired the Rockscape yet? Have I missed that?
She's put a little thing on Instagram, but I was talking to her about it the weekend. She was like, "Oh yeah, I do a post. She's a nightmare for posts. Like I keep reminding her. I was like, "You just got to drop a picture of the scape." So she's done the scape. It's all done. It's actually got some coral in it, and that's it.
Is that on your page, or has she got her own page?
She's got her own page. Like
you have to ping that, and I'll have to.
Roxanne's Reef.
Sure I don't follow it.
Roxanne's Reef.
There you go. Steve knows.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything with the tank. I'm not doing anything with the tank. That's all hers. Like that's not my ideas. That's not. All I've said to her that I would do is get a Yasha goby or a Dracula goby with a pistol.
Yeah. I love them Yasha gobies. They're such cool looking things.
In a small tank, you're not going to miss it. You're going to see it. It's not going to hide around the back. And even if it does, you're going to tilt it.
Even some pipefish. Me and Rob see some lovely pipefish at AAT.
It's a bit small.
I want to get some pipefish for this, but I don't know what my tangs are going to be like.
I've got a pipefish in there.
Yeah, but
okay.
As mine's small. This is smaller than this. Is like a. I think it's called a Villa 8. So it's like 8 gallons, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, yeah, because I think Rob's got a pipefish and is it 170? He's spawning tank?
Might get a tank.
Might get a tank, yeah. Get yourself an Achilles.
Yeah.
No, get yourself a clown tank.
Be fine on its own, won't it?
Yeah. What's the one Rob's got? It's massive. A soul hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge. Rob's is like you could eat it.
It's bigger than your head, isn't it? That's what got me
Rob's
when you walk in.
Yeah. It's like a plate.
Yeah.
Easily 2 fillets.
That's the size it should probably be in the wild, which is probably amazing to see.
Yeah, well, they get even bigger than that.
Jeez, crazy, isn't it?
And then I think he's got another one in there, Desha something. I think that gets even bigger.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, Rob will know. I'm useless at the names, but yeah, he's got one in it that I think he said would be the biggest fish in the tank.
Wow.
So yeah, cool tank.
Have you been keeping up with the news this week?
Are you going to go and get changed? Are you going to put on a red wig?
No. I'm not going to do any of that. That's
have you got an upgrade? Have you got an upgrade?
No. Salem has left Reef Builders.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually commented and wished him all the best.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, yeah, he was sort of hinting at it, wasn't he, when he sort of did a live, and he didn't seem overly happy. Almost silenced, I think.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he
Yeah.
does some. I'm hoping he does something that gets all of his potential out, because he's
Yes.
a very clever guy.
Yeah.
Very clever guy.
Yeah.
Even
And at the
smarter
same
now, he
time,
knows not to mix Monster and Nuki Brown.
Exactly, Newcastle Owl.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he's still a Colorado boy as well, like deep down, right? So he's and he's young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were we like at that age?
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly didn't have the brain cells, but I probably
Yeah.
wanted to go party and say what I thought was right, even though it weren't.
Yeah. And another bit of news. Tom from Mantis Reefs, who was on the live stream not so long ago, has become the UK's first humble fish certified supplier.
I saw that in the group chat. I must go back and watch your video with him. Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, really interesting. You know, to be certified by Humble Fish for the quarantining and the way he looks after the fish. And I saw really early on in the chat that John Wright said that he's received his
Yes.
Hell Fricky. Was he getting a Hell Fricky as well?
Yeah.
Hell Fricky, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I did reach out when it got shared in the group chat sort of thing, saying, I can't see anything on your website. But he then questioned and said, oh, yeah, it's like specialist order. So if you tell me what you want, I'll see if I can get it. So yeah, I probably need to ask him. And obviously, being on Humble, they don't just put anybody on there. So the guy's obviously doing what he's meant to be doing. Yeah, so if it's going to save me a couple of weeks and having a couple of buckets sitting in front of my tank and 2 heaters and etc. and Shelley going, oh my God, there's stuff everywhere.
Especially with picky fish, if he's going to look after them for a month.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose he takes that risk, right? If that fish don't feed and dies, he's got to get you another one and still charge you the same price as such, I think. I don't know. Oh, no.
Copper band and a Midas Blenny. How Frenchy coming soon.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Lovely, John. Keep me posted on the copper band, John.
He said to me, I messaged him and said, please let me know. He did say to me tonight, it's already feeding. So.
That's good.
Nice.
Which is good. So it's a good start.
Yeah. Happy days.
Okay. Well, that is everything I had to talk about tonight. Is there anything either of you would like to discuss?
No. I hope you're all coming to Finest when the meet happens.
Yeah, I'll either be early doors Saturday, so I might be a bit hungry and a bit grumpy when I get there, but hopefully I'll be up Friday.
Yeah.
What are your plans for Friday, either of you?
I'm having a half day at work, and I'm going to drive the 4 or 5 hours up, and then I'm going to get on the beers when we get up. So that's the plan. I'm going to try and stay localish. I think.
Yeah, I think I looked at a travel lodge.
Yeah, it won't be a travel.
It's about 15 minutes away.
Yeah, it won't be a travel lodge because some of them wanted beer literally on the doorstep, didn't they?
Yeah, I think when I look, it was cheap up there compared to what it is down here. I think it was like £35 or something. I was like, wow. Surely I can slum it for a night.
Why not? Steve?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be there in the week with work. So I'll just add an extra day onto my work trip and visit Finest at the same time.
At the Continental then, are you then, Steve?
I'll just be staying where everyone else is.
Liverpool Ritz.
Hilton or something. Yeah. 4 Seasons.
Evening, Harry. Hope you're feeling better.
Hi, Harry.
Harry,
I need some Phyto. You got it up and running?
He's got some green slime, but you might not want it because I think it might be a bit infectious.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hope you're feeling better, Harry.
Oh, bless him.
He had Phyto.
Got man flu.
No, he's got something worse than that. Bad, isn't he?
The triple man flu.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But he did have fighter the other day, so you might be in luck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't remember. I think someone asked, and he said he was out of it. So I'm used to looking at websites. I just say, have you got it? Send it to me. Send me your bank details.
I had a delivery. When did I have a delivery? Last week? Maybe the week before? But yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Darren. I'm privileged.
Thank you very
We're very
much for
privileged
having
having
me.
you on.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Hopefully,
And,
I lived up to it.
yeah, and you have a lovely looking tank as well. Looking forward to the tank tour.
Yeah. I'll get that in. I'll get on Ron's case and stuff. I'm not bottling it. It's just just busy usually. So, but if we could do a midweek one, that might be easier.
Yeah, I'm sure we can fit it in.
I'll drop him a WhatsApp in the group. Send me your dates, and we'll get it in.
Yeah, I'm sure
and then Matt will be busy and won't even make it.
No, I'll make it. Just avoid a Wednesday because obviously live stream and all that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so I'm trying to think we don't do one on a Tuesday or a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Or Friday? No, we do
or
one
a Monday.
on Friday, don't we?
It's not one on a Monday.
Monday, Tuesday, because obviously AAC might have one on a Thursday. But
yeah. Okay. Good shout. All right, I'll ask Ron for a few dates and confirm.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Have a good rest of the week.
See ya.
See ya.